All right. Welcome back to the Chronicle of the Celestine Company. Last time, we got to know the 5 adventurers brought together by fate. But today we're zeroing in on 3 of them as they leave the comfort of town and take their very first steps into the forgotten, dark depths of the Sunless Citadel.
So just to refresh your memory, here's the whole crew. We've got Tango, our keen-eyed Aarakocra ranger, Irie, the ever-resourceful halfling rogue, Tacklin, the stalwart dwarven paladin, the cleric Zaya, and the sorceress Winter. Now, the whole team is going to be legendary for sure, but this particular story, it kicks off with just 3 of them answering the call.
So, here's the path we're taking today. We'll see how 2 totally separate quests collide in one little town. Then, we'll watch an unlikely trio form, leading them down into the Citadel itself, where they'll face traps, tombs, and trials. And finally, we'll see the path they decide to take forward.
Okay, let's get into it. Our story doesn't start with some big grand meeting of heroes. Nope. It starts with 2 completely separate missions, bringing 2 very different adventurers to the quiet town of Oakhurst. And, they have absolutely no idea their paths are about to cross.
So on one side, you've got Tacklin, the dwarf paladin. He's all duty and honor, sent by his church on a pretty serious mission to find a merchant's missing kids. Then you have Tango, the Aarakocra ranger. He's not looking for trouble at all, he's just kind of chasing down rumors of a magical apple. But instead, he stumbles onto something pretty grim. Dead livestock drained of life. So you've got this holy rescue mission and this weird nature mystery. And somehow, they're both pointing to the same dark place.
So how did these 2 completely different paths merge into one? Well, where else? A tavern, of course. It's the classic spot where destiny and a little bit of sneaking opportunism come together to change the whole game.
And this is the moment right here. Tacklin and Tango are talking, trying to figure things out, and they don't realize someone's listening in. It's Irie, our halfling rogue, and she's got a real nose for opportunity. She hears missing kids and strange mystery, and you can just see the gears turning. She realizes, hey, both those roads lead to the same place, and that place probably has loot. So she just steps right up and says, why don't we do this together?
And just like that, they're a team. This brand new, totally unexpected trio doesn't mess around. They head straight for the ravine, find a rope conveniently left behind by some other adventurers, and start climbing down, literally leaving the world of sunlight behind them.
Man, that climb down has got to be nerve-wracking. It's not just about going deeper into the earth, right? It's like they're crossing a line, stepping into a whole other world where the sun becomes just this tiny little speck, a fading memory way, way up above. And then finally, solid ground. Well, sort of. It's a narrow ledge, super slippery with moss, deep inside this chasm. But they've got no time to catch their breath because something is waiting for them. Their first real test as a group comes lunging right out of the dark.
All right, so they're in the chasm, but they're not quite at the Citadel yet. And before they can even get their bearings, the darkness throws its first punch. This isn't about wits or traps, it's just a straight-up, brutal fight to survive.
A dire rat. And this thing is huge, mean, and hungry. Fighting it on this tiny, slick ledge is no joke, but you've got a paladin, a ranger, and a rogue working together. That poor rat really doesn't stand a chance. First victory for the team. Nice.
Okay, after climbing down even further, they see it. This isn't just some hole in the ground. It's the real deal, the Sunless Citadel. You can see the shattered walls of an ancient fortress, completely swallowed by the earth ages ago, its stones still standing against the darkness. What a sight.
So they're in. And right away, the challenges get a lot trickier than just fighting big rats. This is where we really get to see what each of them can do, their moment in the spotlight. And first up is Irie, proving she's worth her weight in gold, like immediately. Her sharp eyes catch something Tacklin and Tango completely messed, a nasty-looking pit trap hidden right at the entrance. Can you imagine? One wrong step and their adventure is over before it starts. But nope, she spots it, disables it, and just like that, the path is safe. What a pro.
So they get into the first room, and it's grim. Dead goblins everywhere. But one is pinned to the wall by this really well-made spear. Tacklin yanks it free and sees writing on it, in Draconic, the language of dragons. I mean, who uses that? Nobody in their group can read it, so now they have another puzzle on their hands. What is going on in this place?
And once again, it's Irie to the rescue. Her keen eyes find a secret door, so perfectly hidden in the stone you'd never see it. She gets to work, picks the lock, But the moment it slides open, they realize it wasn't keeping people out, it was keeping something in. Two skeletons, their eyes glowing with dark magic, lurch out to attack.
Now it's Tacklin's turn to shine. You see undead? You call a paladin. As these things shamble forward, you can just feel his holy power kick in. He lets out this huge battle cry, raises that awesome dwarven Urgrosh of his, that's a spear and an ox in one, and just goes to work. This is exactly what he was trained for.
The fight's over fast, and after the skeletons are just piles of dust again, the group finds something cool in the wreckage. Just a single arrow, but it's glowing faintly. It's enchanted. It's not a huge treasure haul, but it's a sign, you know? A little taste of the powerful magic that's hidden deeper inside these ruins.
Okay, so immediate threats are down. A secret tomb has been explored. Now what? This citadel is a massive, dark maze. Which way do they even go?
And just then, they spot it. A clue, and it's a huge one. Not monster tracks, not goblin footprints. Human bootprints. They're old and dusty, but there's no mistaking them. This has to be the trail of the missing adventurers Tacklin's looking for. They're on the right track!
Tacklin sees the tracks, and that's all he needs. No debate, no second guessing. His mission is crystal clear. He looks at his new companions and sets the course. We follow. Simple as that. They're going deeper. And that's where the real adventure begins. Following those tracks, they head further into the blackness, with absolutely no idea what's waiting for them. Horrors? Secrets? Their destiny? Who knows? Their journey has just begun, and we'll be here to chronicle whatever they find in the shadows. Join us next time.